Hello everyone, I hope that you are doing well today, and in this video I'm going to be heading outside into the garden. I'm going to be harvesting some things, and I'm also going to be planting some seeds, and so come along with me and we will get right into it. One of the first things that I'll be harvesting is some shellin' peas. The next thing that I'll be harvesting is the endive. I decide to pull the whole thing out because I'm going to be planting something different in there for fall. I'll also be harvesting some Swiss chard and some peppers as well. I also had a couple of cucumbers to harvest, and I had some kale as well. I didn't do it in today's video, but later on I do plan to plant some more kale inside this raised bed that's covered. This is the next day, and I am pulling out the cucumbers and some other plants that I don't want anymore, and I'll be planting some new seeds for fall. This plastic container is something that I had above soil, and I took Q-tips and I put them inside of the side of the bottle, and I had little holes, and that's where I had placed the Q-tips, and the water was dripping out. I had seen somebody do it on Pinterest and I tried it. I didn't really like it, and so I decided I'm just going to put the whole thing in the soil. Here I am harvesting the bush beans, and I'll be ripping this out as well, and later on I'll be planting some carrots there. Here I am moving the container more underneath this little shaded area that I have made. This is temporary, and in the future I excuse me, I do plan to have a shade cloth and it more set up in a proper way. I'm just moving some things out of the way. I'm no longer going to have the umbrella up top on the deck. I just don't like it up top on the deck. I think it's too tall, so I'm just going to move it down below for now. And here I am harvesting some cilantro and sweet basil. And this is where the sunflowers were growing. I am taking the stems out and just going to make sure that the soil is mixed up a little bit with the shovel. I had another setup as well where I had glass jars sitting out with a rope coming out of the jars and into the soil, again for another drip system kind of setup. And I wasn't a fan of it because I think the sun was just drying out the the water that was inside the glass. And so that's why I'm just getting rid of it now. And also, I think it was bringing in more mosquitoes than what was already here in the backyard. And so I didn't want that either. Here I am planting seeds. They are dwarf sunflowers. I don't know the specific name for it, but I know that they're tiny sunflowers. And I am planting everything mid-August, which that might not be the best for our zone, our area. I was looking up online, it's either like 6A, 6B, or 7A because I didn't know that it could change over time. I guess it makes sense. And so I think our zone has changed a little bit. Um, but it is definitely something that I need to make sure that I keep up with. But I don't know if everything's going to be growing as well as I plan it to be. We will see. It did start getting very cold um, mid-August, and we don't really experience that much of a change until it becomes more the end of August into September, so we will see. And right here, I am planting some peas. These are sugar snap peas. And in these two containers over here, I am planting carrots. And in this container next to the leek, I just plan on having one Swiss chard plant, and I like to plant two seeds at a time at Well, it depends. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But I like to do it just in case if one seed is bad and there's an extra one in there. But everything in the garden is growing pretty well. My tomatoes are starting to come up, and the squirrels have chilled out. And we've got some peppers that are still growing and coming in, and I'm very happy and pleased to see the garden in the state that it is. Here I am hang drying the sweet basil and the cilantro. So tonight I am going to be making dinner using the things from the garden. And so I'm prepping the endive, and I'm putting some salt, and I have ice cubes in there as well. And that's just so that the water that I put in there as well will stay cold. And I'm just going to let that sit, and it's going to be part of the stir fry that I'm going to be making this night. We're going to be using the kale, the Swiss chard, the shellin peas, we have the bush beans, and the peppers, and these are all of the cucumbers that I have. And later on, not in this video, but I plan on making some pickles, and I already had made some. This was from maybe like 3 weeks ago from now. And yeah, we're gonna be adding all of this yummy stuff into our stir fry. And I just wanted to show the pickles. And yeah, it's always exciting to make pickles during the summertime. So the stir fry was really good. We had chicken that night and some other things. I can't fully remember. It's been like a week or so since then. And yeah, I added tomatoes on top that was from the garden as well, and it was very good. And thank you for watching, for making it this far into the video. I appreciate you so much. And until next time, I will see you. Have a great week, and bye-bye.